that thankfully I hardly ever see. That time of the morning when the sun starts just coming up over the horizon and shoots its rays right over the horizon. That's the break. That's the break of day, the dawn, the break of dawn. He says at the break of day, Jesus stood on the shore. The Son of God has risen with the sun. And now he's about to shine upon his disciples. But as before, the disciples don't recognize him. They don't know who he is. He starts to talk to them. They're about 100 yards out into the lake, so they're not far. 200 cubits his voice can carry real easily out to them. And he says, "Children, you don't have any food, do you?" Now notice that he uses the term for infants and small children. That's not the way you would normally address grown men, but he's wanting them to know something. Not only that they belong to him, that they are his children, but they are really helpless. When it comes down to it, without him, they can't do anything. And they need to understand that all of us are like children in that sense. We think we can do lots. And you need Jesus when you die. You sure don't want to die without Jesus. But, everything else I can pretty much handle until there's a crisis, or I get real sick, I get a serious disease, or I get in a bad accident. Then I need Jesus. And so I want everybody praying at that time. I'm going to go to church at that time. I guarantee you, I'm going to be there because I need Jesus when the crisis comes. But if everything's going fine, I'm healthy, I don't feel like I need Jesus. But Jesus said, without me, you can do nothing. And that's one of the lessons you need to remember. You think you're okay. You're not. You can't do anything without him. You can't keep your lungs moving, your heart beating, your stomach digesting, your intestines eliminating. And if one of those things stop, guess what? You dead. And you can't do a thing about it. Who is the one who keeps those things going for you? It's the one that you ignore many days. You don't feel like you don't have to honor him. You can be bitter, you can be real rebellious. You think you can get away with all that. And yet there's one who's keeping your body working. You don't have to worship when you don't feel like it. That's the way you think. And yet you're ignoring the one without whom you can do nothing. You can't eat food without him. You can't do anything. You can't breathe without him. Jesus is trying to teach the disciples a lesson and us a lesson. We're like babies. We need to be provided for. We stand in need of assistance. And he asked them the question because he knows the answer to the question. You haven't found any food, have you? He knows they've been fishing all night. And he knows they have come up empty. And then he gives them a command. In verse 5, cast the net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some. Now at this point, we're told they still don't know who this guy is on the shore. And I can pretty much imagine if I was a professional fisherman and some stranger comes up on the shore and starts making fun of me because I've been fishing all night and hadn't caught anything. And then he says, hey, what you need to do is throw it on the right side. I'd say, I want to throw it on something else, I think. I want to throw it on you. What do you think you are? Well, but John says, no, you know what? We did it. We were at the end of our nets anyway. We didn't know what to do. So we threw it on the right side of the boat. And they cast, he says, and they were not able to draw the net in. They couldn't pull the net into the boat because there were so many fish in the net. So great was the number that these 6 men, professional fishermen, couldn't pull the net into the boat.